What if there was a secret club where heroes and villains could come together and put away their differences? A club where guests could experience a series of one-of-a-kind escape games. A club you could only get to through an ice cream shop? Today's adventure, we are in Phoenix, Arizona, and we're starting out at Soda Jerk, which is an ice cream shop, but there's so much more here behind the scenes. Let's go check it out. Before we can dive into one of their delicious milkshakes, let's get some background info from Kylie Smith, one of the owners, starting out with what's the story behind the funny name.
So back in the day, sodas were made by pulling on handles, and pharmacists would do it. So they'd have to pull really hard on those handles, and they were called soda jerks. So a soda jerk is actually an occupation, and it was the person behind the counter that made your yummy ice cream treats.
I'm gonna go update my LinkedIn and say I'm a soda jerk.
Perfect.
You have a bunch of different options. What are some of the favorites here?
Our tuxedo or Oreo milkshake is our #1. People love it. It's got an ice cream sandwich and Oreos on top and all the goodies.
Yeah.
But we have regular seasonal milkshakes. We put out 3 to 4 new seasonal ones, and we make our baked goods here. Those are usually my favorite.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe what I heard was that the Nemesis Club was getting built, and this was almost the afterthought initially in terms of, well, what we need something for people to enter into the club, but then it kind of took off. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Well, we always planned on serving our guests after the Nemesis Club a yummy treat. And so we built Soda Jerk for that, but it did open first. We thought it'd be a couple milkshakes a day because no one would know about it. But then it took off and has a life all on its own now, which is just awesome.
And I also believe I heard that there was some national attention here. Who came here?
We've had Good Morning America here. We've also been named top 100 ice cream shops in America from Yelp. We've had a couple of different accolades that we're just so grateful for.
After you've had enough milkshake for your heart's content, it's time to step through the secret entrance into the Nemesis Club. Now let me tell you, we've been to a lot of escape rooms before, and this place is in a league of its own. These are true escape experiences designed here from the ground up. Here's co-owner Dustin to tell us more about it. So I gotta ask, what's the name? The Nemesis Club, what's the story?
So the premises of the Nemesis Club is that heroes, villains, spies, double agents, mad scientists and the like decided they would put aside their differences occasionally when they're at the club. And here, instead of fighting it out in the real world, they make games for each other. So there's simulations where you can play the type of scenario that a nemesis would have to play out in the real world, but here it's just a simulation, a game.
That's sweet. It kind of reminds me a little bit of John Wick, like where everybody has to come together and under that one roof, you're not allowed to do
fighting, weapons go aside. In fact, in the cage, this is where they check their weapons right here. We call this the cloak and dagger desk.
Cool, I like it.
They have to put aside all of their costumes and weapons. And I'll show you the 3 games. We're gonna have 2 more here. We're also, later this summer, we'll be opening a lounge that's sort of a dining but theatrical experience where puzzle play will happen while you're dining.
Cool.
And so we'll bring a suitcase to your table, you open it up, and you start playing with what's inside, and then the room starts reacting to you. It'll be real fun.
Now, while we are getting a bit of a background tour here from Dustin, we are going to do our best not to give away too many details about how to progress through these rooms, as that sort of defeats the purpose of figuring things out on your own. Well, would you look at that? It appears that it's time for us to hunt down the infamous Mogan monster.
The premise of this particular game is that you are at a campsite built by the Monster Rangers. This campsite was built to study the Mogan monster, and he makes an occasional appearance here at camp. But this year he's been a little more active than normal, and so we decided to send the younger Monster Rangers away and brought you guys in just because we thought you'd be able to help us out here for a few minutes. So
we're extremely qualified. So
that's right. That's what I heard. You came really highly recommended, so I thought we'd have you help out. But let me tell you a little bit about the Mogan monster for a minute. He's an Arizona legend, and when he sneaks nearby camp, you often know because the bugs and animals will go quiet really quickly, kind of like that actually. And another thing you know, if he's coming nearby, there might be thunderstorms that actually gather nearby too. So if you're looking for Bigfoot, make sure you watch for lightning, like that. Now, it's also not that well known, but if he's nearby and he's hungry, he's kind of more crabby than normal. So you'll hear him start to grunt and to growl. He makes a fuss, kind of like that. Guys, I'm not that comfortable with this right now. I'm gonna turn off this lantern because I'm hoping he just sneaks by camp without noticing that we're here. Sorry, get that. Sorry, I was going the wrong way. Okay, if you'll just be quiet for a second.
Oh gosh. Something tells me this tent is not going to be enough to save us if things go south here.
What they're going to be trying to do is actually lure the Mogan monster into camp by finding some of the secrets and tools hidden by the monster rangers around camp. They're given lanterns to help them out around the campsite.
Oh,
watch out for this
that,
line right here. Yeah. Thank you.
Ooh.
Little bit of ambiance.
Yeah.
Okay, and so they literally will scour the camp looking for clues, unlocking some of the secrets here at camp. Now, the thing that people may forget sometimes is while they're eager to accomplish the challenge, they may forget that once Bigfoot returns to camp, they may not be such a good thing. And so the ending gets pretty exciting.
Hey Dustin, what was the reason you designed this as escape games within a superhero and villain country club within an ice cream shop?
When we go play some escape rooms, you get ripped out of the story world so quickly. And so we felt like if we could get you steeped in story world before you even start a game, then when you hear this kind of sound, you're not ripped out of the whole story, you're just taken out of your game for a moment, but you're still in a diegetic space.
100%.
And so that's what we thought would be fun. It's worked really well.
After spending some time here, I think the thing that Nemesis Club has truly mastered is immersion. From starting in the ice cream shop, to entering the club, to venturing out on whatever adventure is in store for you that day, you really feel like you're a part of this club.
The games themselves are independent storylines, but then we always take the leader or one of the characters in that game and make him a member of the club. I'll show you around evil robots, and the inspiration for that was simply I grew up loving like sci-fi B-movie stuff, and I said if we could ever make a colorful sci-fi B-movie game, I want to do it, and that's how that was born.
I see the robot on the shirt, and I was saying I love good merch, and I just think that's a cool logo. It's a cool icon, if you will. With people that are coming through here, who is kind of your clientele or your demographic that you're seeing?
It ranges from, we've had infants, they don't enjoy the game so much, but it ranges from kids all the way up to adults. I would say the core of our market during the week is corporate team building and adults, and then in the weekend, it's all families.
Before we left, we got a sampling of their Henchman's Heist experience, and while I can't show that footage due to not wanting to give certain info away, I was truly blown away at the amount of details that went into it. On par with something you'd expect from Disney World, not from a single location escape room experience behind an ice cream shop.
That was the Nemesis Club. I cannot wait to come back and try more of their adventures in the future. I will see you at the next place.
Thank you to our partners at Rides For You for supporting our show. Rides For You is the source for all of your amusement equipment needs. They supply both new and used rides to carnivals, parks, and family entertainment centers in the US and across the globe. For more information, head to ridesforyou.com, which is linked in our description.